Hello, midlifers. It's Maria Allen, your midlife fulfillment coach. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to strengthen up that moxie muscle. And as we all know, that's the muscle that gives you the courage to go for it. And I wanted to talk tonight about, once again, giving ourselves permission because I think it's so important. And by the time we reach midlife, we've spent so much time keeping the peace and keeping everybody happy and just keeping things organized and calm that I really think we've become unconscious martyrs. And trying to keep things good for the sake of the team and staying strong has really not allowed us to express ourselves and to live every day with the feelings that come up. I mean, we just tap them on down just to keep things staying calm and easy for everybody around us. We've got to give ourselves permission to feel. We have to figure out and understand that feelings come up because they're telling us something. And understanding and taking the time to deal with whatever those feelings are telling us is not only causing us to grow, but it's causing us to avoid issues becoming major issues. Stuff happens in life, and we all know that. And when we ignore what happens, when we stuff down our feelings, when we stuff down our emotions, it only prolongs the eventual working through that emotion. And it can also cause you to act in ways that just aren't you because your emotion is screaming to be heard, screaming to be dealt with, and it's not. And so it will exhibit itself in some other ways. So a lot of midlifers may think that staying in control is taking the high road because that's what we've always done and we've been doing it for decades. But those really are quick fixes that eventually cause things to become mountains. And that is what I said previously, what we're trying to avoid. It doesn't have to get to that point. So, of course, we don't want to feel comfortable and we don't want others to feel uncomfortable. And so we're conditioned to move away from any sort of pain. But pain and emotions are there for a reason. And avoiding it only leads to disconnect in your self-care and a disconnect in how your body is balanced. And without a balanced body, you will always feel that you're not comfortable in your own skin. And it comes out in so many different ways. I've had a client in the past come to me and say, you know what, Maria, my husband comes home from work. I immediately go in the bedroom and I start binging. I open up every bag of chips, whatever is in there, I am stuffing in my mouth. I'm binging and I don't understand what is going on here. And come to find out, she was seething with anger towards her husband. And instead of having that conversation, she stuffed it on down with treats and snacks. And that was a way of stuffing that hole that was there until it came up again when he came home. Also, you may find yourself, and I know I've done this before, where you're biting everybody's head off and you're like, this is so crazy. This is not me. Why am I reacting and being so sharp towards people that I love? And digging deeper, I realized that maybe I'm just feeling really anxious about an upcoming seminar that I'm going to or an upcoming presentation that I'm giving. And I haven't given myself the self-care and examining that anxiety and working through it and figuring out ways to handle the anxiety. So it takes so much energy, midlifers, to control our emotions. And if we could just use that same energy into letting them come up, dealing with them in an adult, healthy way, it is energy that's better spent. And it's energy more comfortably spent, and it's energy that saves having to put out a huge fire down the road. So we have to deal with things as they come up, or else they're going to progress to a huge issue that really could have been avoided. So just keep one thing on your mind. Our bodies are designed to make our pain signals, our emotions, louder until we react, until we do something about it. So it could just be a day of, feeling a little bit depressed, and instead of taking a mental health day and maybe staying in your pajamas and binging on Netflix, we shove it down, we ignore it, and before we know it, we can't get out of bed. We are so depressed that we can't get out of bed. And that is a week that could have happened that's turned in, a day that could have happened that's turned into a week of just feeling horrible. And it could have been avoided. So it's also just understanding that pain and emotions are just an inevitable part of life. But emotional suffering doesn't have to be a part of your life. You're capable, midlifers. You're capable of handling whatever comes up, whatever emotion comes up. You're capable. And just use that intuition and that moxie muscle that we're building to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? And just narrow it down. What is it? What is it? What is it? And then when you touch upon whatever that might be, deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with that emotion. And I tell you, it will make you a happier person, and it will also make you a happier person to be around. The people around you will also be happier being around you. So I thank you all so much. I was reading a bit from my notes here. I didn't want to leave anything out, so I think it's an important topic. So if you all need any guidance, if you need somebody to hold your hand through this process, I want you to please schedule a 45-minute complimentary session with me, and let's talk about the importance of dealing with your emotions and examine some of the emotions that are coming up for you that are causing you to just become really uncomfortable and are causing you to find unhealthy ways of shoving that emotion back down. So midlifers, I'm here for you. Let me know if there's anything at all that you'd like me to bring to you during our Wednesday night Moxie message sessions. And don't forget, I still have a poll in our private Facebook group, and if you could please respond to that, it really won't take too long. It's just going to help me help you all in terms of knowing what you need and what sort of content and what sort of Facebook Live ads that I can present to you, because I really want to support you as you're going through this time. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate taking time to spend with me, because I know you're busy. And I'll see you all next Wednesday. All right. Bye-bye.